the first day when I came to the lab, I met him, and he is so cold with me. When I talk to him, he talk with him in English. At that time, I don't know how. I'm not familiar with Korean, so I just use English. So when I talk to him with English, and he responded me with Korean, and the first sentence he told me, "Learn Korean quickly, and I won't talk with you in English." So I feel so stressful when my professor asked me to learn from him. I feel more stressful, and I feel like a nightmare. That's really happened because every night before I went to bed, I feel so pressure, and during the day, all bad things came in my dream. So at that time, maybe after I came to the lab, about half a month later, I attended this church, and at that time I never know that there is a church, that there are some early morning before I came to Korea. But when I was in the church, and Pastor Shin told me there is an early morning prayer, and he invited me to join it, and he even told me Chris and Ipan and Alex, they have already left here, but at that time they are also attend the early morning in ISA. So Pastor Shin also invited me. At that time, I feel 7 o'clock is too early for me. I couldn't make it. So, however, when I met that problem, I feel I don't so pressure, and I have no way out. So I just think maybe I need to try to rely on God. Just why not try to come to the church in the early morning prayer and then start my experiment? Maybe by God's power, He can make it more easier for me. So if I have one schedule, experiment schedule on that day, and in that morning, I will attend the early morning prayer. But if I have no schedule or experiment, then I won't attend. So during the first semester when I was here, I just attend the early morning prayer when I need it. But I found it's really helpful. And when I came to the church, pray, and then go back to lab, and then I feel I become better. I'm not that stressful. And thanks for that period. From during that period, and I met a lot of other people in the church, and I get more familiar with the Christian life, especially when I get closer with Dr. Chon. And she shared with me a lot of story about her, and that encouraged me a lot. And then when I heard that kind of story, that kind of testimony, and then I started I started to think about why don't try to open my heart more to God, then say what will happen to me. Then I just make decision to open my heart to God a little bit by a little bit. Then I started to taste more sweetness of God's love. And thanks for God's guidance. My research is also nowadays I also feel more interested about my own research. Before I told you that person who showed me his project, but now he left my lab. But I was become more interested with that part. So I feel it's so strange. seems like it's really God's guidance. He used that guide to lead me to this field, and then he want to show me some more big things in this field. And in the past, especially in the last week, I was very very busy and very stressful and very. However, I feel so happy because I feel that I started to understand what where on my research, how to say, the field. I started to know more about it, and I even could feel that God is leading me to a big to explore some big mysterious. So I feel so happy. I think so. I had said to God that after that problem mysterious discovered, I want to share with you guys again about how he leads me.